Welcome back to Saskatoon, where the ladies' competition has been decided at these 2003 Canadian Championships. Jennifer Robinson winning her 6th national title. The men's final flight still to come. And while we have a moment, we've got to tell you about some figure skating coverage that's coming up next week. When you talk about the Canadians, the senior ranks is only part of the story. There's the junior championships as well. They're the stars of tomorrow, and here are the results from those competitions. In junior pairs, Dubé and Tetro, Jessica and Samuel win the gold. McCausland and Davies training out of Royal Glenora, which is becoming quite a pairs factory these days. In the junior ice dance competition, Melissa Paperno and Liam Doherty, who grew up in Whitehorse, they walk away with the gold there. Junior ladies competition went like this. Megan Duhamel of Lively, Ontario, Amanda Billings from Calgary, and Elizabeth Putnam, one of the great stories this week, won bronze earlier in the day in the junior women, and then later on in the day won bronze in senior pairs with her partner Sean Wirtz. And the men went like this. Ken Rose and Cedric Demers, 1 and 2. Both of those men will move on to the senior ranks next year. And if you want to see more, 1 p.m. Eastern Time for that. Stick around tonight. Here comes the leader, Ben Ferreira. First after the short program, can he hang on and win his first national title? Find out coming up.
On one night, if my standard of excellence is just high enough, and sometimes your best is all it takes.
As you improve, as you get up to a certain level, your expectations grow, and you keep reaching higher and higher.
I've always wanted to be the best. It's very important to me to keep the legacy of men's Canadian figure skating alive, because it's just part of the heritage of this country, and I'm so proud to be a Canadian. I'm so proud to be a figure skater.
A new era of Canadian men's skating could possibly start right here tonight. Ben Ferreira is the leader. Can he hold on?
Well, he's hoping to. He's in first place, but whoever of the top 3 wins the long will win the competition. Ben Ferreira is in first because of his superb short program. He attempted the quad. It was not a clean landing, but his best effort yet.
He's had some international experience, but he says to win a national title would be the pièce de résistance.
I'm trying to really picture it. Sometimes it's a little hard because you try to be realistic sometimes, and then you go, well, on one night, if my standard of excellence is just high enough, and sometimes your best is all it takes, it could happen. And that moment has flashed in my mind a few times, and if that does happen, that will be a great moment in time, and I'll be sure to use that very wisely and to be respectful all the fellow competitors, but it'll be a great moment.
Takes 3 big skates, though. The qualifier, Ben had one there. The short program, he was the best of the bunch. But now the free skate, and keep in mind, it was a few years ago when Ben was in a very similar situation in Winnipeg, and Emmanuel Sandou crept up in the free skate to win the national title. And again, Elvis Stojko wasn't at that event, and there is no Elvis around right now.
Well, Emmanuel, if he skates his best, it's his to lose. He did land a quad in the qualifying, but not in the short program. A nasty fall on the quad. And now another fall on the triple axel. But, you know, we've watched Emmanuel over the years, and often after a bad skate comes a very strong one. Again, if he can win the long program, he can win it all, and he is sitting in third behind Fedor Andreev, who also has been quite consistent in this competition, so he's right in there fighting too.
Emmanuel Sandou also has the highest degree of difficulty of anyone in the field tonight. He has all the weapons. Now, what about Jeff Buttle, who also is into the mix here? Any one of the top 4 men can win the national title.
Well, Jeff Buttle took a risk in the short program by attempting a quad. This is not a consistent jump for him. It cost him dearly in the short program, and it looks as though he's going to try it again tonight in the long.
He says he's going to go for it, and so too says his coach.
Our strategy is going to be exactly the same. The quad toe has been trained throughout the year, and realistically, if he misses it, I don't think it's a big deal. He's got the rest of the program with enough technical content and the artistic part, so we're not going to change the plan.
Maybe they should have changed the plan, though, in the short program, because maybe Jeff Buttle could have been a leader.
Well, it's not as risky tonight in the long program. If he does make a mistake, he will not suffer the same huge deduction. So, you know, if he is going to land it, this would be a great place.
Any one of 4 men has a chance to win the national championship tonight. Here are the results after the short program. Ben Ferreira, Fedor Andreev, Emmanuel Sandhu, Jeffrey Buttle, Sean Sawyer, a youngster junior champion last year, another former junior champion, Hugh Yick. Some of the skaters who don't get a chance to see on TV tonight, but we watched them earlier in the building. Many have skated already. Christopher Maybe, one of those young skaters. Blair Smith has been around. Maxime Lippe. It's the final flight for the men in Saskatoon. And here is who we will see coming up tonight on CTV. Fedor Andreev goes first. It's going to be interesting to see how the draw plays into this. Jeff Buttle second. Emmanuel Sandhu, Sean Sawyer, Ben Ferreira, and then Nicholas Young. Those 6 guys on ice in a moment. There is Fedor Andreev, the 20-year-old from Ottawa, now training with Richard Callahan, the champion maker in the Detroit area. Has redefined his skating right now. Tracy Wilson.
He did not attempt a quad in the short program, and that strategy has paid off for him. It has him sitting in second now. He will try a quad in the long program.
You know, Emmanuel Sandhu will try a quad, maybe a couple of them. Here's a practice quad right here on the warm-up.
Hey.
Emmanuel Sandhu looking for a national title again.
I've always been hearing, well, you know, you can take the torch, or, you know, the torch has to be passed on to you, and that's all good and fine, but now I think I'm definitely ready to do it. Like, honestly, now the onus is on me to really take it, and I'm prepared to do that, and I really, 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 really want to do it.
Well, to do it, he has to do it.
And Jeffrey Buttle has just landed a quad on the warm-up. It's going to be exciting.
Back in a moment. Stay with us on CTV. Warm-up concluded in Saskatchewan Place. 6 men, 4 with a real shot at a national title, including Fedor Andreev. Elvis Stojko, again, his last nationals last year, is not here, but his ghost certainly is. And I talk about the quadruple jump, which he mastered.
Let the music help you through your work. All right? Here we go.
And there is so much importance on that quad jump in the world and here at the Nationals.
Well, the skaters know they need it if they're to be a serious threat on the world stage, and they want to practice it and get it in here. His coach, Richard Callahan, just advised him, let the music help you do the work. The music is an effective way. Using the music is an effective way to calm your nerves.
Second after the short program.
His music is Firebird. His quad coming here. Planned here. He must do it in combination.
And he does. Fedor burst onto the scene a few years ago, winning the junior title. Everyone expected instant stardom. The last couple of national championships, he has finished 6th. Maybe this is the year.
He was taken off the national team and did not compete in a major Grand Prix event. Looks like he's been training hard with his new coach, Richard Callahan. Triple flip, double toe. The pressure on the top skaters by the way he's nailing his triples and by including that quad.
He's got to bring it home now. Final 30 seconds.
Triple Salchow. Into another triple.
Oh, my. What a skate! What a skate! By Fedor Andreev. He's arrived. And that may be good enough to win a national championship. What a way to start. The final flight in Saskatoon. Well, if you had to pick a time to land your first ever quad in competition, why not right now?
And this is a skater who has shown us time and time again he can raise his level in competition. It just brings out a fire in him. Opening his program with his quad, his coach just told him it was awesome. He has never landed it in competition. Picks in, good height. There is a slight turn on the ice as he completed the rotation. Ever so slight, but still a personal best. Now his triple axel. This was his second one. He knew he had to do it in combination. If you are going to repeat a triple jump, you have to do one of them in combination. And you could just see his determination. Even though he wasn't straight up and down in the air, he was fighting for the landing. And the crowd on its feet.
That's his mom, Marina Zueva, coach of the great Gordieva and Grinkov. Richard Callahan, who never had a chance to say to Todd Eldridge, you landed a quad. Saw Fedor Andreev land a quad here tonight. Technical merit marks are very strong. And has he ever set the bar high early on? Again, 5 skaters to come.
And you have to remember it's Jeffrey Buttle that's coming up next, and he was waiting in the wings. He watched what happened to Fedor, so he's feeling the pressure.
Fedor Andreev delivers. First to the plate. He hits a home run.
Our next competitor representing
next up,
Ontario,
Jeff Buttle. Also has never landed a quad. Very popular skater. Is capable of landing a lot of triples.
Unfortunately, this year in competition, we've watched Jeff when he's fallen on his quad. it's thrown him for the rest of the program. He can't let that happen here. In the qualifying round, he missed the quad and came back fighting with his triple axel, and he's got to be able to do that. Complex choreography to the music, Cello Concerto E. He landed a quad in practice. Not in the competition.
He's going to need to land all of his triples.
So this moment is key as he gathers himself. Very nice. Now the triple axel. Yes.
Yes.
Triple axel, triple toe. Ina Bauer into a triple Salchow. This program is filled with beautiful skating moves. Every beat of his music, a variety of edges and turns, and right into his second triple axel. Step out on the landing. But he will receive credit for a high degree of difficulty in his choreography. Triple loop.
His landings have been very, very crisp, with the exception of the quad and the step out on the axle.
It's moves like this, skating moves, a spread eagle. He is performing every second. Not let down his concentration for a second between his jumps. Lovely speed and position on this spin. That program is a masterpiece.
Well, these people in Saskatoon this week have been waiting to explode. They're getting some fine skating here so far. Missed the quad, a step out on the axle. Choreography so strong. Much better performance for Jeff Buttle from the short program, and the heat is on Emmanuel Sandhu. So far, so very good for these young skaters. First Andreev and then Jeff Buttle.
Moves like this, a spread eagle, there into his triple Lutz. It makes it much more difficult when you're doing an entrance like that into a jump. Here comes his most difficult element. It was a triple axel right into a triple toe. Very well executed combination. His program was full with difficult skating moves, good spins, a very well-balanced program. Did not have the jumps, though, of Fedor Andreev.
Technical merit marks, though, are comparative. Presentation marks will be a little higher. They are. Jeff Buttle is the leader. It's a split from the judging panel.
He did not have a second to relax in that program. It was so difficult with between the jumps and well executed.
And did not get penalized for not having the quad. So Jeff Buttle's the leader. Fedor Andreev is second. National title up for grabs. 2 spots to the Worlds. And now Emmanuel Sandhu, who you just heard moments ago say that he wants to take the torch. Had a very difficult short program. Finding himself in 3rd place. Before we came to Saskatoon, everybody was ready to hand him the title after his consistency of late. But now, he has to fight for it.
Emmanuel is planning 2 quadruple jumps in the program. The first one here, quad toe. Nope. Key moment for Emmanuel. Next jump coming up is a triple axel.
Has to make this.
Triple toe. At Skate America, here it comes. Quad Salchow.
Close.
He's landed the quad toe in competition, but never that jump. But as you said, very close. And now a triple axel. Twisting and turning on one foot. Like Jeffrey Buttle, he also has very complex choreography. He threw in a quad at the end of his program.
Right back up, ripped off another triple. Could not land the quadruple jumps. Went for 3 in this performance. The triples were awesome.
Well, gone are the days when Emmanuel Sandhu gave up on a performance. He was thinking on his feet, trying to get the quad in. He landed 6 triples, as did Jeffrey Buttle. Emmanuel landing 2 triple axels. We'll have the marks for Emmanuel Sandhu after this.
3 skaters to come. What a way to start with those 3. Andreev, Buttle, Emmanuel Sandhu. Joanne McLeod is coach.
Stepped a little bit wide, the weight was moving a bit, but it was an excellent sight. You used your head very well.
Joanne congratulating him on his fight. Here's his first quad attempt. Watch the takeoff. He got up in the air. His shoulders were high and started twisting, and so he opened it in the air. But then he came back fighting, down in his knees. Watch the landing of that jump, the triple axel, and followed by a triple toe. Beautiful takeoffs and landings. And here, his quad Salchow attempt. Nice height. Wow. Oh, you could see he was so close. Just a little back on his heel. That's coming very quickly, that jump.
Sandhu's arsenal is mighty, and those are why the marks. Technical merit 5-4. That is a second place ordinal from that judge. The rest are all first place ordinals. I don't think the audience here really knows that some of those jumps were quadruple jumps that were attempted. Some may react to the fact that Emmanuel hit the ice. The thing about Emmanuel Sandhu, though, he'll go to the World Championships, no doubt.
My dad's here.
Jeff Buttle right now is in second place. Andreev is third. Ben Ferreira is still to skate, rather. And also Sean Sawyer. And Nicholas Young. But Emmanuel Sandhu, Tracy's still going to have to land those quads on the world stage. That's the big one. Could win the national title here. And here is young Sean Sawyer, junior champion last year.
Imagine your first senior event coming out after Emmanuel Sandhu. Sean Sawyer, last year's junior champion. And he will open with his triple axel, triple toe combination. Good effort. He will also attempt a quad here.
Oh.
One of Canada's up-and-coming skaters. Again, new to the senior level. He's really fighting here, trying to control his jump. Has another crack at a triple axel. Yes, light 2-foot landing right into a triple toe, and he's pulling himself together. Good for him. He was 11th at Junior Worlds last year and finished 5th on the Junior Grand Prix circuit this year. Well, he's sitting in 5th place at this point. A very important spot for Sean Sawyer. If he can hang on, he will earn a spot on the senior national team. Big triple coming up. It's his triple Lutz. Yes! And I like the way he has come back fighting in this program after a shaky start.
That's a big deal, getting on the senior national team. You get some funding, still fighting, and most of all, you get to travel the world at some international assignments and get to grow as a skater. Not bad at all.
Strong showing for first time at the senior level.
3 days away from his 18th birthday, native of Edmundston, New Brunswick. Trying to make it to the national team, and a man looking to win a national championship. Up next.
Allô tout le monde, allô Chantal, allô Karim Garrett, Manon Belleplace.
The marks for Sean Sawyer.
Sean Sawyer, not easy to skate at your first national senior level competition. Also not easy to skate after Emmanuel Sandhu.
Well, after the first 3 skaters, the arena was just buzzing, and it took Sean some time to control his nerves.
Marks for presentation.
Working with Brian Orser and Lynn Nightingale.
5-2,
Works in Ottawa.
5-1, 5-4.
He's coached by Gordon Forbes.
4-9, 5-4, 5-3.
And he's coming along nicely.
5-4.
And is in line
Thank you.
for the national team with 2 skaters to go.
Our next competitor representing Alberta, Ben Ferreira.
Ben Ferreira says he has lived his whole life for a moment like this. Had a chance in Winnipeg a couple of years ago, remember, and Emmanuel Sandou stole the title away. His folks are here. Ben, the leader after the short program. Needs to go clean.
Skating to music from the Durango soundtrack. He will open with a triple-triple combination. Footwork on one foot into a triple flip. Double toe. Got a little close to the boards there for the second jump. Still a great start. Here it comes. Almost landed it in the short program. Quad toe. In the long program, no penalty for turning a quad to a triple. Watch this, triple axel. Will turn out on the landing. That will cost him dearly. Triple Salchow turned to a double. He's not going to have the difficulty he needs unless he starts adding. Triple axel. If he's to stay on the podium, he needs it.
Got it. Does he realize, Tracy, that he has to add right now?
There is a good chance he doesn't realize it, that he was not watching his competitors backstage. Many skaters just block it out. But with the shaky landing and the triples and quads opened up on, he's going to need some triple jumps at the end of this program.
He has a minute left. Standing O for Ben Ferreira. You know this guy is a game competitor, and he gave it his all. Question is, was it good enough? Canadian championship. That's his fiance, by the way. Canadian championship won't be his. Can he make the podium? There's Mom and Dad. Marks in a moment. In a moment, we will know the podium. There is one skater left, but he will only figure into the national team scenario. That's Nicholas Young. Ben Ferreira, not good enough for the national title. That is going to go to Emmanuel Sandou. But does he have a shot at second or third?
Footwork on one foot into his triple flip. This was supposed to be a triple-triple combination. He opened that up. He looked like he was comfortable on the first jump and that he could have done the second, but chose not to. There, a triple turned to a double. And that was a very costly mistake, because he knows he can do that jump in his sleep. See how he gets down in his knees and up in the air in the triple axel. He was leaning out of the circle, so he was shaky on the landing and had to step into a double toe.
Probably unlikely after Andreev and after Buttle and Sandou that Ferreira is going to beat them, and he's not going to. Technical merit marks. Crowd doesn't like it. Keep in mind, he's from out here in the Edmonton area, Royal Glenora, born in Vancouver, trains in Barrie now.
And he didn't fall.
And he didn't fall. And I think a lot of people still, again, the crowd may not understand the degree of difficulty of some of the jumps, and also maybe perhaps some of the wobbly landings. And he is in fourth place, and he will not make the podium, the national championships. So one skater left. We know what gold, silver, and bronze will be. Nicholas Young, another one of the young future stars, sixth after the short program, needs to get up to fifth place to make the national team. Right now, Sean Sawyer resides in that spot. So he needs a big skate here. And yes, it is confirmed Emmanuel Sandou wins his second national title.
Nicholas skating to a martial arts theme. He calls it a softer Elvis look. Opening with his triple flip. Nice. Looking very focused and aggressive. Turning on one foot into a triple loop. Coming to Canadians was to show the judges that he could land a triple axel on one foot. Here it comes. Opened it up.
All the emphasis that is placed on the quad, nationally and at the world level. Triple axel is still a huge jump, and many skaters still have yet to master that jump.
He's done it on 2 feet, but the next stage is to land it on 1. Very nice triple lutz. the last 2 years at Canadian. He's stronger this year, skating with more flow. Attempt. 2-foot landing, straight up and down in the air. Sean Sawyer landed 3 triples and a 2-foot landing on his triple axel, and that is what Nicholas Young has accomplished so far. He is going noticeably slower now at the end of his program than he did at the beginning. He needs to drive it home. And one more chance at a triple coming up. Triple Salchow.
The last one might have done it for him. The battle for 5th at the Canadians. And a spot on the national team. Very close with the triple axel, and he will land that jump someday. Nicholas Young, final skater. What a night in Saskatoon. Jose Picard along with Nicholas Young, and there's Jose's little dog, and right beside Nicholas is an inflatable doll, actually.
Nicholas is known on the competitive circuit to be a real prankster, so it looks like somebody's getting their own back on him with the blow-up doll.
And let's see what will happen here. Will he make the national team? He has to finish in 5th place. And it looks like he just might eke out that position. Sean Sawyer will fall to 6th. Nicholas Young will finish 5th. Tracy, it was a mistake-riddled, error-prone week here so far in most of the disciplines. A lot of nerve-busting going on. Men's skating in Canada, after what we saw, the first 3 or 4 skates looking very bright. Very promising.
Well, they came out fighting. Men did not make it easy for the judges. They made a competition out of it, and well done, Emmanuel Sandhu.
Said he wanted to take the torch. He went out and got it. The question is, how long will he hang on to it? I have a feeling this might not be a dominant era in men's skating like with Elvis Stojko, who no one really challenged Elvis after Kurt Browning had retired. We'll see. It's going to be very interesting. Here is Dave Randorf.
Yeah, we will see, but right now he is a 2-time Canadian champion. Just like you did in Winnipeg a couple of years ago, you come from behind, from 3rd spot to the top. Did you think you had enough when you finished skating tonight?
I honestly, to tell you the truth, did not know. I was really, I was kind of nervous actually for a little bit there. But I think for me, the biggest positive for me was just battling it through, because it wasn't perfect. And even though there was a few mistakes there, I mean, the rest of the program continued, and that's a big step for me, because I know in the past I haven't been able to conquer that because of my just wanting to do perfection all the time. So
yeah, the mental side of the game tonight was very strong. You didn't get to go to the Worlds last year due to injury, so between now and Washington in March, besides staying healthy, what is going to be... Yeah, 4 continents too. What is going to be the focus of your training in preparation for Worlds?
Just to keep going, because I've been training really well. And there was a couple of days here where maybe I could have maybe push the quad toe a little bit more, to be honest. But you know, it was a little bit of a pressure situation coming into this competition. I won't lie about that. You know, I mean, there was a lot of sort of expectation. It's not like it would be a surprise if I won, because I had already won before, and it, you know, coming second for so many years, and I knew that I could do it. So there was that pressure on me. So I think I handled it quite well.
You did, Emmanuel. Congratulations tonight, and enjoy the moment.
Thank you very much.
Rod?
Well, Emmanuel Sandhu. Boy, what a night for fighting. A lot of battles out there, won and lost.
Welcome back to Saskatoon. Everybody here in Saskatchewan Place is emptying out into the cold Saskatoon night, on a night where Jennifer Robinson continues her era with another championship. There's Jeffrey Buttle with a silver medal performance tonight. And will the Emmanuel Sandhu era begin tonight? He captures the men's crown. And Fedor Andreev steps up, and add him to the list of guys who have a quad. Back to wrap it up from Saskatoon after this.